What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is a little bit different. It's not really an install video at all. It's more of a video. I wasn't thinking I was ever really gonna make this video, but just the way kind of things worked out, it seems like it would be beneficial to me to get rid of the car, which brings me into my next point. Yes, the car is up for sale. Currently, it's on Facebook. On Throttle's website, and even OfferUp. So I'll put all the links to them down below. Yeah, so, I'm not clickbaiting. This car really is up for sale. And the reason I put it up for sale is just for a few reasons. The first one being the price. These cars have gone up a lot in value since the start of the pandemic. And I feel like I could make, or at least break even on the money. And, that's a big incentive for me. Another thing is all the problems that I had. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put it up in the corner. And, if you guys don't know, this car set me back about $5,000 in the first month. I have a video, I said I linked it up, and that goes into more detail, but that kind of set the mood for the whole car on how this whole project was going to go for me. And I did plan on keeping this car probably forever. But, just the way things worked out, it wasn't meant to be. I love the car, but I'm not in love with the car, if that makes sense, I love the heritage about it. I love the way it drives, the sounds it makes. But what I don't love is the reliability, the fact you can't drive it all the time, and just kind of the stigma behind it. And I knew those first two when I bought the car. I wasn't planning on doing daily driving the car, all the time. I was for a little bit while I found another car. But, the way things worked out, that didn't happen. And now, since I've seen how valuable these cars can get in a short period of time, it's hard for me not to really consider getting rid of the car, which is what I have been doing. This was not an easy decision. This is not a decision I made in a matter of days. This is a decision that I've been dealing with, ever since I made the first video on what's broken on the car. So I'll put that up in the description too. And that was probably about 4 months ago. Ever since then, I've been toying with the idea of getting rid of the car. I've gone back and forth. For the longest time, I was like, no, whatever, I'll just keep it. It's reliable. Which the car, as it sits now, is very reliable. There's no problems with it. I'll show you guys a little walk around of everything that I've done since I've owned the car. But back to what I was saying is this car is actually super reliable now. But what it took for me to get it to that reliability point, it's not worth all that headache for me. And I also just want to start tinkering on little cars again. As some of you know, I do enjoy the idea of drifting, and one day I do hope to start drifting actually in real life. And you just can't do that if you own this kind of car. It's just not practical unless you're making money on YouTube and you have a business and you have a job, or if you're doing well on one of them. I have a job, I have my own business. It doesn't make that much money though. And YouTube, I don't make anything off YouTube. I only make YouTube videos because I enjoy it. Just something to share my story with on everything that I've experienced with owning a car like this at 18 years old. And that was the reason I started this channel. And I don't want this channel to revolve solely around this car. And so, just kind of for my mental health, it's a good idea to get rid of it, which is why I have decided to sell it. And it, it's hard, but I think it's the best thing for me to grow from and to move forward. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, pull out the car. I'm going to show you guys everything that I've done to the car, all the little things and the big things, Before I go ahead and pull the car out, I just want to go ahead and show you guys these little things. I did the LED lights in the car. You know, I fixed these stickers. They were gone before. I put the new radio in. Custom shift boot and e-brake boot. Yeah, I say custom. You know, I'm sure someone else could do it, but I say custom because I made them. And so, you know, I haven't seen anybody else really do anything like that. So that's why I say custom. Next thing, which would be the steering wheel, and it's a NRG 350 millimeter flat steering wheel with Gen 3 quick release on the short boss hub, which on these cars allows it to retain super high kiss. So I have the 4-wheel steering all the time, which is the reason I kept it on instead of putting an energy adapter on it. Update, I couldn't find the keys right now, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I can do all the things that I want to show everybody when the car's still in the garage. So I did go ahead and I replaced this, so you know, all the decals, I guess, they're all brand new, you know, barely used. I did resolder in the relay, so because the windows before weren't working, and so I went ahead and I fixed that. I put new speakers in all around, and so I believe they're Pioneers all the way around. I went ahead and I also put an alarm on, so they're behind this. You can't see, but there's an actuator here that goes from here and all the way over there, so it controls both. I went ahead, I put these Cobra seats in. Yes, these aren't JDM, they're British, but they're very comfortable, bolstery, and I really actually enjoy them. And I have the planted seat brackets down there, which are the only ones actually really that I could find for these cars that would marry up and be a kind of direct plug and play. Also, one more thing before I go ahead and go to the engine bay is I want to mention these trims. I replaced this trim, these trims, and what other trims? I replaced this seal as well, and I think that's all on this side, and I did the same thing on the other side as well. Alright, now moving on to the engine bay. I have put a new battery in the car, which I might swap out for a better one if I can find one for a good deal. If not, no big deal. This battery is still really good though. I got it, I think, back in May. So it's still really good. It's a lot bigger, so it fires the car up much faster. Car came with the oil relocation kit. I went ahead and I painted this and all three. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up in the description right there. And I put a new cam angle sensor on since the timing was off. I've also went ahead and replaced the the air filters with these HKS ones. And I've also detailed this engine bay just a little bit. You can't tell too much, but it's done. And the first thing that I did have to do when I got the car was get both the MAFs replaced, as well as the injectors, the ECU, and a new tune. So those are all fresh and redone. Alright, moving on to the back of the car. I do have the new tags on there. So those are the official tags. The car, when I got it, didn't actually come with a spare tire. So I went ahead and I bought one, and there's all the tools and everything in there as well. There's also a new fuel pump in there, and it's actually been rewired, so it's a hard wire there as opposed to just the little the relay or the fuse that it was normally in the front. That's been changed. I have done the windshield wiper delete because when I had the the windshield replaced, let me go ahead and shut this and I'll show you guys. So I went ahead and I had this taken out because it was loose, and when they were trying to pull all this out, they said that the bolt was stripped, and so they had to cut it out, the old motor out. So I went ahead and replaced took it all out. I do think it actually looks a lot cleaner. I know some people do like it with the windshield wiper on, but you know, I couldn't find it, you know, with ease, so I just went ahead and replaced it. But as I was talking about the windshield wiper or the windshield itself, I did replace the bottom gasket, this gasket, and I went ahead and I put it, I don't know if you guys can see there, right there. Yeah, so that's all silicone, so there's no way this is gonna come loose or anything. That's good forever. And let's see, I put LED taillights in all around as well. Car has been, I think, debadged. I think it used to say Nissan here, but it never did when I got the car. I've also replaced, let's see if you guys can see the gasket there. I showed it a little bit, but not too much. That this I had to fix. There was a piece of rusty metal that I had to pull out and fix, so this has been redone too. Let me see what else has been done. Suspension's been redone. It's currently sitting on some HKS coilovers. Let's see if you guys can see right there, HKS. I don't know what kind of strut bar this is, so that's why I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, it's got a new strut bar. The car actually also does have a new water pump, timing belt, and thermostat. I forgot to mention that when I was covering the engine bay. I did an oil change maybe 100 miles ago. That's why you see the K&N on there. I'm just kind of going back around and remembering things before. I have fixed things. I've retaped this, resoldered this so it works again because before it was disconnected. Car does have a new clutch in it as well, which is another video I didn't really talk too much about, but I did have to get a new clutch for the car, so that's brand new as well. Transmission's been redone, cleaned out, because the clutch fork broke and shattered in the transmission. It has a new slave cylinder. Let's see, what else? New differentials, gaskets, and seals. Let's see, is there anything? No, I've covered everything there. Moving on to the passenger side. I did have to fix the window switch before because it was popping out and wouldn't stay in, so that's been fixed and that's solid. Clean interior, all this stuff. One last thing is I did have to get new tires for the car when I first got it, but that's gonna be a wrap of pretty much everything I've done that I can name off the top of my head. I'll go back through and I'll spend a little bit more time and I'll put the entire list of everything that's ever been done to the car in the description. But in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. The car has been overhauled for the most part. It's a super reliable car. It just took a toll on me, financially at least, and I wasn't ready for that kind of bill, those bills that quickly. So that hurt. But I recovered, but I just never got it out of my head. And I always see the car as a ticking time bomb, even though I know it's not. It's just, when things start to go bad so fast, it kind of starts messing with your head, and you always think to yourself, what's next? I've been told by many people this car is, it's gonna last. It's in good shape. Motor sounds perfect, but just every time I turn on the AC does blow cold, by the way. It's very cold. Whenever I turn the AC on, the RPM drop a little bit. It always freaks me out because the car did used to stall, which is why I had to get the MAFs and all that stuff replaced. So that always messes with my head, and I just don't like that anymore. And just for those reasons, I don't enjoy driving the car. I love it for what it is, but I don't enjoy driving it, which is a big problem. And when you have a car like this, you want to enjoy driving it. I do plan on getting another car sometime in the future, when the time is right. When I have the times, the means, the space, the money, things like that, I do plan on getting another car like this. Maybe this car, maybe a RX-7, something like, I don't know. I haven't given it much thought, but for the time being, I do want to just get another normal car, maybe 2 normal cars, and just have fun with them, drive them, enjoy them for what they are. That is going to go ahead and do it for the video. I know a lot of you guys are going to be sad and upset and maybe mad, but just know that, this is not the end of the channel. It's the end for the RB26 GTR build. So I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. I've learned a lot. I hope you guys learned a lot through me, which is a big plus in my opinion. If I could help one person, that means the world to me. It means I'm doing something good, which is why I made this channel to begin with. That's all I have. You go ahead and make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Maybe go ahead and pick up something to wear. Maybe everybody likes a nice shirt. Help support the next builds. But anyways, thank you. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.